RH gracing us with his presence, greasing us maybe a little bit too, but gracing us with his presence here a couple of times this week, at least on Twitter. It was his birthday the other day. We got a little birthday audio message tweet. I'll only acknowledge this thing for a moment because then he had more important tweets, obviously. But the big thing everybody was wondering is, was it AI? Was it really Richard Hart's voice? Was it AI Richard Hart? I don't know. Was there any significance to the picture that he used? I said this to you the other day, Ewok. I love this part of all of his tweets right now. Me being a huge fan of the bands Tool, Pink Floyd, stuff like that. I love I have a long history of like dissecting lyrics and like what's the deeper meaning in this song. And I feel like we've hit that dynamic with Richard Hart tweets now, where people are dissecting every single angle of it. What does this really mean? What's the code here? And then he uploads an audio and it's like, was that really him or was it just AI? But yeah, what do you make? And we're going to get into his more specific tweets about the upcoming SEC and IRS rulings. But what do you make of his overall kind of shift to AI right now? Do you think it's just purely that he's interested in it, and as somebody who studies markets and is a very smart guy, can see that this is the big wave of this next cycle, which I think it definitely is. A lot of AI stuff is going to be coming. I heard Arthur Hayes last week talk about he has a very large position in a AI sex doll company coming out here over the next few years, and that may be like the biggest boom that we see, which makes a lot of sense with the male-female situation these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, so is it that, or do you think is Richard mainly paying attention to this because of some of the things that are going on with the SEC now, and literally with his trying to educate lawyers and things like that using AI? What do you think this shift to that has been for him?
Well, first I want to answer Johnny real quick. He wants to know if we have time to talk after the show. We'll send you the link, or I'll send you the link. I can hang out for a few minutes after the show in the green room. So
I got to go to Betty Bye. I'm an old man.
All right. Well,
tonight,
I can chat for a little bit, Johnny, but I just want to get him answered real quick.
So you watch taking personal calls here on the live stream.
Yeah. Sorry. So I don't know that the voice message was AI.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was. Either way, he took the time to do it and post it. So even if it was AI and wasn't really his voice, I think he's really into it. I think he understands, like, he's one of those big brain guys to begin with, and I think he understands how it can make the average guy appear to be a big brain person too. I mean, you can see some of the stuff, and he's giving people a lot of tips and pointers on how to use it and how to write these letters, for crypto, for hex, whatever you want to use it for, but to the SEC and to the IRS and things like that. It's been pretty cool. I think he's just enamored with the whole AI thing and trying to get people to use the tools that are out there. He's always been one to say, take advantage of some of these things that are given to you. It's not often that people do good or put good things out for people, and when they do, you should really take advantage of them. And I kind of think that's what he's saying in a lot of his messaging. For him, it can make him sound even more smart than he is, and for the average guy, it can also up your game as well. So there's a lot of good tools. I personally don't think the message was AI. I've heard people say that it wasn't really him posting it, so you guys are foolish for listening to it. Well, if it wasn't, he still took the time to do it on his birthday, and posted it on his Twitter. So whatever, who cares? Who cares if it was AI? But again, he took the time out to say, I hope you guys are doing well. And as far as the picture with the thumbs up, I didn't make a whole lot out of it. I didn't really read into it too much. Like you said, you start reading into every little thing now because he's kind of been, hiding in the shadows a little bit. So you got to decrypt things, or a lot of times we make things out of nothing. It could be just as simple as a hello, I'm thinking about you guys. Hope everyone's doing good. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. He can't say that because you know what? Richard doesn't read messages. So I think that was a way of him saying, kind of, thanks for all the birthday wishes that I really don't read. That was my take on it. And that's kind of what I decoded it to be. Because Richard doesn't read messages. He doesn't read the newspaper. He doesn't read anything. So just wanted to reach out and say hello.
I think that's all it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was just, he probably did imagine that people were wishing him happy birthday and stuff like that and wants to connect in whatever way he can during this time. I think it's kind of similar to, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago when we were on with Rags, his message at the premiere of the film that he did in Miami. I think that was kind of a similar thing. Just wanted to show appreciation for everybody. And I think that's one thing that gets lost sometimes. It certainly is lost to people who don't, commonly follow RH or isn't really involved in this ecosystem. Is I don't think those people really know how much he does care about the people that are interested in him and his products and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
He appears very genuine to me. So